Okay, good morning all. Last time I had taught you adoption, but I have given you notes because of I was somewhat busy and my phone was not at all working, and I was not able to find out a good note. Actually, this adoption is not clearly given in your textbook, so I want to find out from the other sources. So I think the material I have given for you study, it was not a clear, and also it was related to a foreign Canadian adoption method. So here in India, how we are adoption taking place, that all things should be, I thought this in this uh, file it is clearly defined. So at first we can see about the adoption. Adoption means it is a legal process by which a child is placed with a married couple or a single female who agree to raise her as their own child and assume all responsibility for her. So adoption, we are familiar with this word, that is the parents who are unable to give birth to a child, they will select the mother to adopt a baby. So here we can say that if the couples are not able to give a birth to a baby, so they will adopt a child, and also some unmarried woman, also single female, that also agreed to take. Like we have heard, many of the celebrities has took the adoption of the child. Okay. So, adoption is a legal process by which child is placed with a married couple or a single female who agree to raise her as their own child and assume all responsibility for her. Then, laws governing adoption. Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act of 1956. Hindus, Jain, Sikhs or Buddhist. Guardian and Wards Act of 1890. Foreign citizens, NRIs and Indian nationals who are Muslims, Christians or Jews. Juvenile Justice Act of 2000, a part of which deals with adoption of children by non-Hindu parents. These are the main laws governing for adoption. Requirements for a valid adoption, that is, no adoption is valid unless the person adopting is lawfully capable of taking in adoption. If no adoption is valid, if the person, the steps are, the person adopting is lawfully capable of taking in adoption. The person giving up in adoption is lawfully capable of giving in adoption. Giving in adoption, then person adopted is lawfully capable of being taken in adoption. The adoption is completed by an actual giving and taking, and after the ceremony called Datta Homan, oblation to the fire, has been performed. However, this may not be essential in all cases as to the validity of adoption. So, first one, the person adopting is lawfully capable of taking in adoption. Laws are saying, that is law that we are, mainly the person who is adopting, lawfully capable, that the laws full are, they are finding, and they can capable to law of that all laws, they are fully capable. The person giving in adoption is lawfully, the person who is giving the child, the person, they are giving a child. Second point, that's the person who is giving a child, that also lawfully giving in adoption. Third point, the person adopted is lawfully capable of being taken in adoption. That is how the baby they had taken, and also how they will be taking care of that baby. That also the law should be needed. The adoption is completed by an actual giving and taking, and after the ceremony called Datta, that we are giving, that the couple or single female is taking the baby, that ceremony is called Datta Homan, has been performed. However, this may not be essential in all cases as to the validity of adoption. This is not much valuable. So, Why may adopt a child? An Indian, non-resident Indian, a foreign citizen. A foreign means that is the outside the country. Or non-resident Indian means they are Indian but they are not a resident in India. A single female, unmarried, widowed or divorced, or a married couple. These all are who can adopt a child. So capacity to give the child for adoption. Father or mother or guardian of the child. The father alone if mother has completely and finally renounced the world or has ceased to be Hindu or has been declared by a court or competent jurisdiction to be of sound mind. Here the father is alone. The father is alone and mother has completely and finally renounced the world or has ceased to be Hindu and has been declared by court competent jurisdiction to be in unsound mind. The mother may give the child in adoption if the father is dead and has completely and finally renounced the world or has ceased to be Hindu or has been declared by the court or competent jurisdiction to be of unsound mind. The mother was there and the father has died and he is not capable for this living the life of the baby, then it's also a fact. Then where both the father and mother are dead or have completely and finally renounced the world or have abandoned the child or have been declared by the court competent jurisdiction to be unsound mind or where the parentage of the child is unknown, the guardian of the child may give the child in adoption with the previous permission of the court. So finally we can say capacity to give the child for adoption. We can give the child for adoption, that is the first one, the father, if the father is alone and mother is completely father alone and mother is also not there and maybe the mother is in unsound mind, not in a normal mood, so they can give the adoption. And the father is dead and mother is there and also mother is in unsound mind, that also we, and the both of them have dead, then also can give the child for adoption. These are the main capacity to give the child for adoption. Then conditions to be fulfilled by an adoptive parent. Medically fit and financially able to care of a child. So we can see which are the conditions to be fulfilled by an adoptive parent who is taking a baby. Then what are the conditions they should be checked. Medically fit and financially able to care of a child. The person who is adopting a baby, the person should be medically fit and financially able. Must be at least 21 years old. No legal upper age limit for parents. Adoption of the older children, age of the parents may be relaxed. Adopted child with special needs, the age limit may be relaxed. If the adoption is of a son, the adoptive father or mother by whom the adoption is made must not have a son living at the time of adoption. If the adoption is of a daughter, the adoptive father or mother by whom the adoption is made must not have a daughter living at the time of adoption. Clear about this one, I think so. Then Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956. We have seen what all of the acts are. An adoptive parent allowed to ask for a child as per her preferences, age, gender, skin, color, religion, specific features and health condition. Then a single parent or married couples are not permitted to adopt more than one child of the same sex. Then process of adoption. First process, that is the registration. We should register the babies. When the babies are available, we should already register in the for the getting the baby. First, register in Genuine Adoption Coordinating Agency. This government are giving some of that is Amma Total like that way. There are and many orphanages are there like that. Many that is the government agencies are there. Never register with multiple agencies. Not to be registered many other agencies. Only one agency we should register. Central and state governments have recognized adoption agencies in most of the state. Prepare the documentation, submit the same to the agency and get registered. Then second step, home study and counseling. Home study at the couple's residence. Assess the couple's parenting abilities, applicants' motivations, preparations, strength and weakness on the issue of adoption. The step is formulated into a report and is submitted to the Honorable Court. Process of adoption. Third one, referral of the child. The agency will show medical file, physical examination, report and other relevant information of the child. Once the couple comfortable about the details given about the child, the agency will show the child physically. The couple can spend time with the child. Once comfortable, future formalities. Acceptance of the child. Once the couple identifies the child, they can sign the documents pertaining to the acceptance of the child. Then process of adoption. Fifth step, filing the petition. Documentation made by couple to the agency and the child's documentation are sent to the lawyer for preparation of the petition. Once the petition is ready, the couple will be called at the court and sign the same in presence of court officer. Then sixth step, court hearing. The couple should attend the court hearing along with the child, not an open court. The judge may ask simple questions. If satisfied, will pass the order and will also mention the amount to be invested in the child's name. Then court order. Once the amount is invested and receipt is shown to the judge, the order will be issued. If the adoption is under Hindu Adoption Maintenance Act of 1956, then a deed of adoption is prepared and the same needs to be registered with the local registrar's office. There is so much requirement in adoptions done under Guardian and Wards Act of 1890 and Juvenile Justice Act of 2000X. And follow-up. After the final adoption, the agency needs to submit follow-up reports to the court about the child's well-being for 1 to 2 years. Okay. Clear about the adoption process, I think so. Then Guardian and Wards Act of 1890. A foreign national adopts an Indian child under the provisions of the Guardian and Wards Act 1890. The adoptive parent is only the guardian of the child until she reaches 18 years of age. An adoptive parent is allowed to ask a child as per her preferences, age, gender, skin, religion, specific, that is Hindu, that act. Foreign citizens and NRIs supposed to adopt according to the adoption laws and procedures in the country of their residence. This you can compare with our Canadian. I had told no, that's the same Western. Most of the countries are following likewise only. You can also see for that one. Okay. Then process of adoption. Register social and child welfare agency licensed or recognized by the government of the country in which foreigner resides. This is the process for foreign. And agency will appoint a professional social worker to prepare a home study report. Foreign national is required to submit supporting documents along with his application and declaration of willingness. The application will be filed by the Indian Welfare Agency or a person duly authorized by them. The application for guardianship must be made before the court of the district judge within whose jurisdiction the Social and Welfare Child Agency in India, that is processing the application of the foreigner, is located. The court will first hear all the concerned parties and examine all the documents. The court must be satisfied that the foreigner will be suitable to adopt a parent of the child and will provide the child a secure and loving home. If the court is satisfied on all these counts, it will pass an order. Okay. Then process of adoption, that is the L.K. Pandey Union of India, the Supreme Court of India has laid down certain guidelines for foreign adoption in an attempt to safeguard the interest of the children. Applications made under the Guardians and Wards Act 1890 has to be disposed of within 2 months. Requirement for personal presence of the foreign national. And then Juvenile Justice Act of 2000. The children who have been abandoned or abused and not those children who are being voluntarily put upon for adoption. Okay, if the children, so for example, we have seen that here in Todupuzha last year, I think so, 2019, one child has got became severely abused by his stepfather, and the child has expired, and the younger boy was secure in the children, that is child welfare society, and they were looking after, and they told that they were not able to they were not willing to give back the child to their family because the mother is not a responsible person. So finally the parents, that father, the child father's grandparents are ready to look after the child, so they handed over that. So likewise, in the like this, for example, like these circumstances, if any of the issues has occurred in between the child and the family, so what they will be doing, they will be give the child for adoption if we are severely abused the child. Okay, yes, I think you make clear about this adoption. Thank you all.